Hello everyone, and welcome to my very first video on Minecraft survival. This is episode 1 in hopefully a long series on this channel, where I take you guys through my journey of playing through my world and doing all the projects and ideas that I have. Shamefully, I have been playing this world since January this year, and it is now May, as of the time of recording this. And it only came down to me only having time to play for half an hour here, half an hour there, and wanting to get a lot done in this first video. And realistically, I really didn't. I have this starter base, which I'm standing on right now, which I'll show you guys later on. But I created a nightmare for myself because I had no rhythm going in what I was recording. So I didn't get much done each time I was playing. I recorded no commentary. So it is an absolute nightmare to record. So I'm going to fix that with some commentary now and kind of walk you guys through the best parts of what I did in those starting hours and starting days of this world. I know it's not super exciting because it is early Minecraft, but I hope you guys enjoy and are excited for what's to come. Here is where it all began. This tree here was the first one that I cut down. I clearly left the top. I was too lazy to cut the whole thing down. But I spawned right in here, I think right up on this little hill. And I proceeded to chop down. There was another little tree here I believe I cut down. Ran over this way, killed a couple chickens. I think these might be some survivors of ones I didn't kill. There was a couple sheep here. There was a couple pigs here that I killed. And this was the first cave that I went in. There's my crafting table. The first one here. And I'll put the clip up on screen now. I actually almost died in this cave within the first 5 minutes of being in this world. There was 2 skeletons. And they're still here somehow. These are this is, could be this. I doubt it is, because I think they despawn once you go far enough away. But funnily enough, the skeleton is still here. I'm finally getting my revenge now that I'm a lot more suited up. But this little cave right here is where I almost died. I hit around this corner and almost got taken out by 2 skeletons, thinking that it was only one. But the original crafting table is still here, and I just took off and made a new one. I set up camp a little bit right over here. Cooked up my stuff. Grabbed my crafting table. Ran this direction, and I believe that the cave that I found is right up here. And it is... Where did it go? It's right... Oh, it's right here. It looks really weird. Like, it looks like I dug this out in creative beforehand. But if you load up the seed, this is here. This is just here, and it's really weird. And it just leads to some weird spaghetti cave. But I do have what I believe when I watched it back. I think I was pretty smart for thinking about it. While trying to find an actual cave, down the end here, there is dripstone. The dripstone blocks, and I dug down through them knowing that normally there's a cave down below, and I ended up being correct and finding this cave system where I believe I almost died multiple times as well. So it's right down here where I started. Obviously ran across, went down that cave right there. And after my first mining expedition, got some iron, came back up, got some more food, some wood and everything. And I actually went this direction within the first 30 minutes of playing. I headed this direction and found what would end up being my very first base. You can't see it right now, but there's the startings of what will be my base and is my base. But there's a little sneak peek for later on. But you can see how actually close it is. Let me turn up my render distance and I'll show it better. So now you can get a better view of it. Right down here is where I started. You come scanning right across, and there's my base. I'll show it all to you a little bit later on. But yeah, only a couple hundred blocks, which makes it convenient in case I die. But it's also nice, and I really like where I'm set up. But now, the nightmare of my 30-minute playthroughs has begun, because once I found this place, I then was only playing for about 30 minutes at a time each time I logged on. It wasn't until now where I've gone back and looked at all the old recordings and seen how truly inefficient I was with my time. I started this world on January 11th this year. And the first actual building on this little base I have wasn't until the 18th of March. I had probably at least 10 hours of recording between then, where I'll put it up on screen now. I was exploring. I went caving and found my first diamonds. I was traveling everywhere. My first bit after finding this little place where I've set up now was I went off and found a cherry grove and the cherry blossom trees. And I had a run-in with a warden. Almost. But I spent like 3 hours of my time fishing. And I spent so long just looking for a mending book, Grian style, that I just didn't build anything. And that's why this took so long, because I would only have about 30 minutes. And I would hop on and just fish for an hour. Or I would log back on, and because during my last 30 minutes I went mining and now I'm 1,000 blocks away in some caves somewhere, I just continue doing that until I finally get bored of doing that. Because there was also been days where I would log on and see that I'm still in a cave and go, I don't really want to go mining and I don't really want to go find my base. So then I just log off and go do something else. But I was very proud once I actually started getting going, because the build that I'm standing on right now is probably one of the favorite things I've ever built. Before this, though, the thing that I built before was this little farm down here. I'll put the link in the description to the video that I used to make this farm, but it is honestly one of the best farms that I've ever built. I was struggling to make a bone meal farm. That's what this is. It produces an insane amount of bone meal. And I cannot remember the person's name that made this. I'm going to put it up on screen now, the thumbnail, and shout the guy out. But this farm is insanely efficient. And I think I have a recording of me just AFK here for however long, just letting it run. And I'm very happy with it. I do want to, like I said in recordings before, that I wanted to take time and cover all of this up, because it is ugly, because I just use cobblestone. But God, is it efficient. I might take it down and rebuild it at some point, but I don't think I need to use any other design. This thing works insanely fast. This is only from honestly not that long. And I've also let it like kind of drain itself out a little bit, but this farm is insanely fast. I've also used bone meal for all this white, but this is my piece de resistance, my masterpiece. I was very happy with this. Let's sleep real quick so you guys can see it during the daytime, because I think it looks great. I am very proud of this build. I have a recording of me saying on the first day, one of the first days that I was here on this little area of land, when there was all these trees that I had cleared out, like I hadn't cleared them out yet, and I literally just had this chunk of stone that I was standing on, and I said, I think that a good thing that would go here might be a lighthouse.
Nice lighthouse here. That'd
yeah,
be really cool.
I'm very proud of this. I have all my rocks set up down there to make it look like it's not just like plopped on top. If I come inside the front door here, I got a nice fireplace, my chest set up. They are not super organized, just because I don't really have many item frames and stuff, but I might put signs and stuff on there. I'm not sure yet. My enchantment setup, which I moved from just being outside, because that was the main thing. I wanted to get away from just having a base plunked down on just some random bit of a plains biome. I actually like having a base, and now I'm going to expand off of it. Not all my stuff is inside of here yet, but here's my bedroom. I got to get some music discs for this, because that's definitely lacking. It's not fully done yet. This is up here is where I've been recording. This is just an empty spot. I don't have a place for it yet. I might make it my bird's house. But here's where I've been making my little recordings. Right up here. Canada flag, obviously. The Great North. And fall off and take a much fall damage. I don't think I introduced you guys yet. This is Tom and this is Jerry. Jerry came before Tom, but Tom got Tom and Jerry got Jerry. I found them back in the jungle on about my third day of playing in here, third recording-ish. And, well, I was just doing my random exploring. And I would come home with piles upon piles of just random junk. And that's how I wind up with things like the cherry blossom saplings and clay balls and different smithing templates. a bunch of loot in here. I was happy with the amount of diamonds because I also have the diamond armor, but that's why it took me so long. I have a really bad habit. I haven't even gone and fought the ender dragon yet. And it's just due to liking having full kitted out diamond armor. I don't have that yet because I haven't done villagers, which was going to be my next step, which might honestly be, but I know that villagers got all messed up in the last update and it became a lot harder to actually work with them. But I got like a little sugarcane farm down here and I cleared this out, and down here is where I went fishing for multiple hours on end. But I'm very, very, very proud with the amount of work that I have done here. I'm very proud of myself because it might not seem like a lot to anybody else who's playing, especially if you've watched anybody else play, people with massive hardcore bases and stuff like that. But this is good for me because every single survival world I've ever really played in, there have been a few exceptions, but I don't play in those worlds anymore because I didn't stay committed. A lot of survival worlds I used to have, it would just be this, basically, expanded a little bit, like that. And that's what I would base off of. I have a couple farms and stuff like that, but I never really have like an actual base or anything like that. And this isn't a base. I mean, it is a starter base, but I do have plans for a massive base in the future, which I'm not going to reveal just yet what my plans are. But I want to be able to take things slow, not as slow as this video has been, because I mean, what was it, 5 months now since January, being May now, and I'm just now putting it all together and making these recordings to actually kind of puzzle piece this all together, putting stuff up on screen as I go. But I want to be able to just jump on, even if it is split up over a couple days, but just do a little bit. Okay, in this video I'm making this farm, or these few farms if I wanted to, and then just upload that. The thing I ran into is, if any of you have watched it, my very first video on here is a Fortnite video where I'm saying that I'm going to make it to Unreal in the season, or attempting to. But the problem I found with that is that it required a lot of playing and a lot of editing in a very short period of time, because a Fortnite season only lasts a few months. With this, I know that if I need to, I can take a couple months for a single video if I wanted to. There's no time restriction at all. And that's what I need. There's other videos that I want to make that don't take a time like restriction. There's nothing forcing me to upload the video in 3 days or anything like that. Like, it has to be done in this set period of time. No, that's not how that works. Those are the kind of videos I want to make because I don't have endless amount of time to do this. This isn't my full-time job. This is never going to be my full-time job. But I'm proud of the work that I've done in here because I don't have time like some people. I'm not saying that as a thing of like, oh, I'm jealous. Like, I mean, I am jealous. I wish I could play more. But I'm happy with this and I'm very excited for what's to come. I'm going to end up putting a bunch of clips. I'm sure you've already seen them now that you're watching this. I haven't seen them yet, obviously, because I am yet to edit it. But I'm going to end up putting a bunch of clips from before as I'm talking of what I did before, and maybe some funny stuff at the end of this video. I'm not sure yet. But I'm sorry. I know I haven't uploaded a Minecraft video yet, so there's nothing really to apologize for, because it's not like anybody's been waiting for this. But I'm sorry to myself for taking so long to get this to go together. But if you've made it this far, I really thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed. See you in the next one.